Hello students, welcome back to biology classroom once again. I hope all of you have watched the last video. Today I will start pollination. What is pollination? Pollination is a biological process by which normally pollen grains transfer from anther to stigma. It may be two types, self-pollination and cross-pollination. What is self-pollination? In the process of self-pollination, the pollen grains fall from anther to stigma on the same flower, that is self-pollination. But in case of cross-pollination, pollen grains transfer from anther to another stigma of another flower, that is cross-pollination. So normally pollination can happen with the help of some agents. These are insects, water, wind, etc. So look at the book. Pollination by insects. Bees and butterflies are the common insect which help to pollination. Certain flowers have a nectary near their base which contains a sugary liquid called nectar. Basically, the colorful flowers have nectar in the base of the flower, that is called nectar. When an insect sits on the flower of a plant for sucking nectar, when the pollen grains from another of the flowers stick to the body. So what is the process? In this process, normally when different insects come to the flower to collect nectar, pollen grains stick with their body parts like eggs, wings, etc. Same way when they move away to the another flower, pollen grain can transfer. That is the pollination by insects. In case of insect pollinated flowers have large, it may be large, bright colored and scented petals as well as nectar to attract insect for pollination. These are the properties of insect pollinated flowers. So students, you have to learn this portion. Some of the insect pollinated flowers are of the plants such as sunflower, marigold, bougainvillea, jasmine, banana and banyan. Next, pollination by wind. The blowing wind carries pollen grains from one flower to another flower and help into pollination. Wind pollinated flower does not have large, bright colored and scented petals or nectar. I mean, wind pollinated flowers are not large in size, not brightly colored, not have any scented petals or nectar, because they don't have to attract the insect. The wind pollinated flowers have anther that hang outside of the flower. Basically, in case of wind pollinated flowers, the anther which hang outside of the flower to catch the wind. With the help of wind, the pollen grains can move away from the anther to stigma of the other flowers. In this way, pollination can happen. These are normally this kind of pollination can occur maybe grass, maize, rice, sugarcane, etc. Next, pollination by water. The pollination in aquatic plants is done by water. Since pollen grains are light, they are easily carried by water from flower to flower for pollination. The pollination in aquatic plants such as Vallisneria and Hydrilla is carried out by the water. So in case of water pollinated flowers, normally pollen grains are light and they can easily carried away by water from one flower to another flower for pollination. These are normally these kind of pollination normally found in Vallisneria and Hydrilla plant. Next, test your understanding. The flower is attached on the axis by the structure. This answer is pedicel. The slight swollen tip of flower, that is receptacle. Third one, male reproductive part of the flower, androecium. The stalk of stamen, that is filament. The swollen tip of pistil, stigma. So look at the book. The swollen tip of pistil, that is stigma. Same way, the solen part of the bottom of the pistil, that is known as ovary. So tip of the pistil, that is known as stigma, and the base of the pistil, that is known as ovary. Same with any wind pollinated flower. Wind pollinated flower may be rice, maize, sugarcane, etc. So for this class, up to this portion.